Meanwhile, here's Tim Legler, who's ready to go head-to-head with Hembo. Steph Curry could wind up missing the playoffs this year. With that in mind, Legs, who's the only active player to lead the NBA in scoring and miss the playoffs in the same season?
Well, I was trying to think of the guys, Greeny, that are playing that led the league in scoring at some point. I'm not sure if this guy missed the playoffs in that year, but is it Carmelo Anthony?
Oh, it's a good guess, but it's not right. The answer is Russell Westbrook, who led the league in scoring in 2015, and the Thunder missed the playoffs. That was a year in which KD played only 27 games. Chalk that one up for Hembo. Meanwhile, let's do some over-unders on the big game tonight. Legs, here we go. The over-under is 5.5 on Steph Curry threes for tonight. Which way are you going?
I'm definitely taking the over. Look, it might take him a big number of attempts to get to that because I think the Lakers defense is really going to extend. But he might take 15 to 20 threes in this game, so he'll definitely make more than 5.5.
All right, let's talk about LeBron next. Combined total points, rebounds, and assists at 42.5 for King James. Which way are you going?
I'm going to take the under. I actually think LeBron is going to be maybe a little bit more in a playmaking mindset. And they've got a lot of guys, I think, on Golden State that can do a pretty decent job on him initially as a scorer. So I think LeBron is going to play a little bit more of a game, of a power game, and not as many field goal attempts. I think the scoring will be down, so I think I'll take the under on that.
Fair enough. And then finally, how about scoring for Steph? 36.5 points. Over, under?
I'm going to take the under. He'll be somewhere probably right around 30. But again, the Lakers, with their length, I think it's going to be a little bit different look for Steph Curry in this game. And obviously, this is the focus for the Lakers. If you allow Steph Curry to go for 40-plus against you and lose this game, there's no excuse because he is the sole target, really, that you need to take out. I'll take the under on 36.5.
All right, fair enough. And the Lakers are certainly well aware of that. Let me play you a little bit of this. This is how they are planning to stop Steph Curry tonight.
We know who the head of the snake is, it's Steph. We got to do our best to contain him. It's going to be a team effort, not just all the pressure on the guards. We got to make sure we keep an eye on them and stay locked in on them at all times.
We anticipate they're going to throw the kitchen sink at Steph. Multiple defenders, different matchups, some blitzes, some shadowing, that type of stuff. We've kind of seen everything. Steph has seen everything.
So, look, everyone has been trying to do that to Steph Curry the entire second half of the season and couldn't do it. So let me put it to you from the other side. What do you believe Steph Curry needs to do tonight for the Warriors to win?
Well, look, Steph Curry requires more communication defensively to play against than any player who's ever played in the NBA. And so I think Steph Curry is going to force that communication by being as active as we've ever seen him. And that's saying a lot because every night when you watch Steph Curry, he puts on a clinic with moving without the basketball. It's going to be even more important in this one, Greeny, because the Lakers obviously are going to try to be on point with their switches, with their hedges, with their shows, with their jump outs, everything that you need to do with their cross matches, picking up in transition. So Steph Curry has to be relentless with his off-the-ball movement, and what that typically does, it leads to really good shots for other people. The question is, are those role players going to be able to step up and make enough of them to make the Lakers have to adjust? And I'm talking about guys like Andrew Wiggins, who might need a 25-point game in this one. Jordan Poole, who has been sensational for them. Maybe a Kent Bazemore. You're going to need a lot of supplemental scoring from your role players because I think Steph is going to have his track shoes on from Jump Street, and that's what it's going to take against a Lakers team completely honed in on trying to slow him down, particularly at the start of the game. They don't want him to get off in the first quarter.
For sure. And so we'll see if Steph can put up 30 or 40. He's got a long way to go to match Jason Tatum. We opened the show this morning by showing his 50 points last night as Boston advanced, knocking off the Wizards. So my question to you here, Legs, is, are the Celtics a legit threat to Brooklyn in the first round?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think they are. As great as Jason Tatum is, it's not going to be enough. Without Jaylen Brown and having another all-star forward out there that can give you 20 to 30 every single night, I don't know how you have enough firepower if you're the Boston Celtics to be able to deal with what the Nets are going to throw at them or any other team for that matter. Jason Tatum, is no doubt in my mind, is going to have a good series. He's going to score. Some nights will probably be more efficient than others. Kemba Walker has to be sensational, not just good like he was last night. Kemba Walker has to play like the Kemba Walker in Charlotte. that was getting you 25 a night. In order for the Celtics to make this a series, I think they can win a game and be in a couple of others. But at the end of the day, Greeny, I just don't know how Boston has enough defensively to slow those guys down. And then certainly, how do you have enough offensively to match them bucket for bucket without Jaylen Brown? It just seems too tall of an order for me. Jason Tatum is going to need to be the best player in the series for them to have to compete. And when you're going up against 3 Hall of Famers, that's a lot to ask because each night one of those guys is going to go off. So I just think it's a very difficult task no matter who got the Nets.
All right.
Steph Curry, experience. This is why he's the best ticket in basketball for these type of moments. And he knows it's coming. But guys like Andrew Wiggins, other guys, and he's been scoring as well, Jordan Poole, they need to step up because what's going to happen is between Alex Caruso, between, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, they're going to run people at him constantly. He's going to see a lot of double teams. And whoever he's guarding defensively, they're going to attack him to try to take his legs away from the offensive end. So other guys do need to step up, but you need a monumental performance from Steph.
So we'll make this the first of what will be many predictions this morning. Who wins the game tonight?
LeBron James and the Lakers win. They get the 7th seed. I think then the Golden State Warriors then get the 8th seed.
Okay, fair enough. We'll see what winds up happening again. Jay Williams, the J of KJZ, weekday mornings on ESPN Radio. Thank you, Jay.
There it is again.
Wait for it.
Good hands.
The dramatic pause. Thank you, Jay. All right, you're getting up early with us this morning are Ninko, Kimberly, and nothing better than Jeff Saturday on a Wednesday. We'll get to them in a moment. We begin with the performance of the night from the NBA. Oh, what a night it was for Jason Tatum. Play-in game, 7-8, Celtics Wizards. Early, a lot of Washington. 30 seconds to go in the half. Wizards are up by 1. And that guy, Russell Westbrook, had it going. Alex Len, no. Westbrook, yes, he had 20. Wizards up 2 at the break. Third quarter, though, belonged to Jason Tatum. Marcus Smart finding Tatum. Tatum finding the bottom of the net. He would knock down 5 threes. Tatum on fire. Boston a 13-point lead. And Tatum was not done. Not even close. Celtics up 10. Tatum backing down Bradley Beal. Little fadeaway. Yes, 23 for Tatum in the third, the most in any quarter in any game in his career. To the fourth, Celtics up 10, and Jason Tatum would just not let them get caught from behind. Now it's up a dozen as he takes it strong, and then with the Celtics up 15, it's Tatum again, backing up. Jason Tatum, 50 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Russell Westbrook, meanwhile, bumps and bruises. He'd leave early. Celtics would take care of business. 118-100. They move on to take on Brooklyn in the first round of the playoffs.
I don't really get caught up in, those who think I am a superstar and those that don't. What does that really mean? I know that my teammates, I've earned their respect. I've earned the respect of the guys that I play against.
It didn't matter who was in front of him, and that's been something that I've been trying to tell his for years. He's a special talent, man. I've been saying this since he was in diapers, so it doesn't surprise me.
So, with Tatum's huge performance last night, the Celtics get the right to play Brooklyn in round 1. However, be careful what you wish for. You see the numbers there. Boston 0-3 against the Nets, tied for their worst record against any team. They lost those games by an average of 15 points per. And Jay Will is here, KJZ, ESPN Radio, every weekday morning. Okay, so here's the deal, and I heard you guys talking about this morning on the radio. Superstars can elevate teams to another level. Can Jason Tatum do that?
He had 50 last night. Look, he's right in between a star and a superstar, Greeny. He's a budding superstar. He will be the MVP of the league one day. I think what we're seeing is Jason Tatum finally having his team. His team. That's one hell of a year to have his team. He had COVID this year, injuries to Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, Tristan Thompson, Robert Williams. All the laundry list goes on. But I think this is his team, and I think this is a growing opportunity for him, especially going into that first round series against the Nets.
So let's talk about that. Can he and his team make this difficult for the 3 superstars? What is that?
It's just some Kyrie Irving sage. Just some sage. This house is clear. Look, this is the big time matchup. Kyrie made a comment a couple years ago that he wanted to go against the likes of a Kemba Walker. Think about the history that Kyrie has had with Brad Stevens, with Danny Ainge, with the Boston Celtics, his relationship with Jason Tatum. Both these guys are Duke guys, great familiarity, but no Jaylen Brown. It's going to be a huge test for Kemba Walker. When they come out and Kemba Walker is Kemba Walker, they are a dangerous team. Don't think they have enough firepower to stop the Brooklyn Nets, but still, those storylines are going to be what we love.
So let me ask you the question this way before I turn to tonight. Will there be any moment in time in which we think to ourselves, the Celtics have a real chance to win this series?
No.